Hi everyone, it's Mel with Quilting Room with Mel, and I am so glad you are back for lesson number 2 in our paper piece project. This time we are going to do a pineapple block. So this is my demo block. The block that you are going to get in your email is going to be quite a bit larger. I'm using the smaller one just because it's easier to fit on screen and you can see what I'm doing better with the small block. And you'll get a pattern for a throw size quilt with that. The first lesson we focused on just the basics. Put the fabric down, sew it, the folding, the trimming, that kind of stuff. This time we are going to focus on how to figure out what size our pieces need to be cut about so that we can do it. I have this pattern just uses 2 fabrics, so I have my 2. So my cream that I showed you is going to be the white on here, and the pink is going to be, it's kind of gray, the darker. But we need to figure out what sizes. So my sizes are not going to be the same as the pattern you get. That's the lesson. You're going to have to practice measuring to get the block. Well, I have my ruler, and I'm going to measure block number 1. And it is 3/4 of an inch. For this one, I'm going to cut like 1 1/4 inch square out of my cream. So let's get our fabric out. Okay, so I have a piece here I should be able to get 1 1/4 out of. And we can go bigger. We can go 1 1/2. So let's just do that. Oh, it's like having extra, and instead of having too much. You can always trim some off. You can't ever add. I have a new rotary cutter for videos, so let me know if you guys can see that as well as you could the other one. So there we go. That covers it, right? So we're good. Now we have to cut for, I'm going to go ahead and cut 2, 3, 4, and 5 because they're all the same size. So we already know that the bottom's 3 1/4, or 3/4, not 3 1/4. We want a triangle that is 1 1/4 across the bottom and 1 inch this way. Oh, what I'm gonna do is cut a square one and a half. I'm going big. And then cut it in half. So we need 1 more. And you can tell I'm not real worried about being super accurate because I am oversized. So I will trim it down. Get that fuzz off of there. Okay, so I'm going to go sew those down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, and remember, just a quick refresh. We sew on this side. Fabric goes on this side. We sew on this side. Okay? Okay, so I have my pieces sewn on. And now we need, so we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're at 6, 7, 8, and 9. So let's measure one of them. So we are at 1 inch. So I'm going to cut inch, I'm going to cut 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches. Just fold this in half real quick so I don't have to get another ruler out. And it's got salvage on it, so I'm going to go a little over. Okay, so I cut it 1 3/4 inches. I like extra fabric. It gives me wiggle room. And those are triangles. I'm just not pushing down hard enough today. This new rotary cutter doesn't take a lot of pressure, so I'm still kind of learning how much to use. Now on this round, like the first round we just went counterclockwise around. This time we're going opposite corners. So we're going to go lower left, upper right, upper left, lower right. Well, let's go sew that on. Okay, here we go. We've got stitches all the way around. What it looks like on the other side. So now we are ready to move on to the cream at 10, 11, 12, and 13. One thing I forgot to remind you of before is remember when you're pressing, no steam, because steam will dissolve the paper. So let's measure once more. And it looks like 1 1/4, so we're going to add 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. I like to add 3/4 because I like a little extra fabric. So 1 1/4 plus 3/4 is 2. And I'm not worried about that corner that's tucked. The cutting does not have to be super precise because we are oversizing. And cut those in half. Okay. So again, we're going to follow the numbers, and I'm the last one. We're at 10. So 10, 11, 12, and 13 are what we're sewing on. Quick refresher, remember we're going to fold along our stitch line, trim 1/4, and then press. Just like we did in lesson 1. Okay, so we have our next round on. We are on our 14, 15, 16, 17, and this is the last one I'm going to measure with you. You're on your own after that. Okay, so let's measure. So we are at 1 1/4-ish again. So if we add our 3/4, we go to 2, we'll have plenty of room 2-inch slice here and cut our triangles. Stack those on top and make it just one cut. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to continue going around, following my numbers, and I'll see you back when this block's done. Okay, here's our finished pineapple block. I've already trimmed around the dotted. And that's it. It is 45 pieces to make the block though. So some tips when you're doing this. Your inner square here, you really only need to add a 1/2 inch just to make sure you have enough to go all the way around. On all of the others, I added 3/4 of an inch, and I was sliver trimming. I mean, I would trim the tip because remember we cut triangles for all of these pieces. And I mean, I was cutting the tip off and just a sliver on the others. And be sure, back on lesson 1 where we practice, you know, you got to have a 1/4 of an inch here. Make sure you do that. And that's it. And that is your lesson for this time. Measuring so that you can cut your pieces to the right size. Can't wait to see you for our next lesson. Have a great day, everyone.